For 39 years, the Awit Awards has honored Filipino music and the people who continue to shape its sound. The artists who give it voice, the songwriters who give it words and melody, the musicians, producers, engineers, arrangers, and creative teams who bring every recording to life. And through the years, Filipino music has never stood still. It comes from different regions, different languages, different generations, and different ways of seeing the world. Today, we hear young artists rediscover songs we grew up with and make it their own. We hear Filipino pop finding a bigger audience, hip-hop speaking in our own language, regional sounds finding new audiences, and artists freely crossing genres, creating music that refuses to be defined by just one sound. Because while our sound may be different, they belong to a larger story. One continuing expression of who we are, where we come from, and where Filipino music is going next. We will honor the Pinoy voices shaping that story and the music that brings us all together. Welcome to the nomination night of the 39th Awit Awards.
I've spent much of my life working on live shows, and for many years, that has meant working closely with people who create and perform Filipino music. And through the years, I've come to appreciate how difficult it is to define Filipino music by just one genre or one distinct sound. This year, we moved through Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, not to divide our music by geography, but to recognize where our voices come from and how they have shaped Philippine music together. As the Awit Awards approaches its 40th year, I hope we continue to give Filipino music the respect, space, and stages it deserves, while recognizing all the people who make it possible. Marami mang pinanggagalingan ang musikang Pilipino, marami mang tinig, boses at kwento ang ating naririnig, and when all of these come together, we hear something greater than any one voice. We hear who we are sa iisang awit.
Every Filipino song begins with an idea, but turning that idea into something we can hear, feel, and remember takes many creative minds.
Behind every recording are people shaping every detail, the engineers who bring clarity to its sound, the arrangers who give the music form, the producers who help turn an idea into something fully realized.
And the story doesn't end with what we hear. There are artists who give music a face, an image, and a world of its own, creating the visuals and stories that stay with us long after the song ends.
Many of them work behind the scenes. We may not always see their names or know their faces, but we all know their work. We hear it, we see it, we feel it. And through their craft, Musikang Pilipino keeps moving forward,
evolving,
taking chances, and finding new ways to reach us.
We honor the creative and technical excellence behind the music we celebrate.
These are the Technical Awards.
For the craft behind every detail of the sound, here are the nominees for Best Engineered Recording: Monster, 4 of Spades; Silakbo, Cup of Joe, Jover Rivera, Abner Badwa; Ako Naman Muna, Siddhartha; Untoxic, J. Greg, Ben Ayes, Janine Berdin; Ikigai, Dianella; Ash Valentine; Party Pace, MSK, Kwan. For shaping every musical element into one complete work, here are the nominees for Best Musical Arrangement: Ikigai, Dianella; Monster, Unique Salonga, Zild Benitez, Blaster Silonga, 4 of Spades; Dam, John Paulo Nase, Joshua Daniel Nase, Simon Servida; Suliranin, Unique Salonga, 4 of Spades; Sarangola, Poch Barreto, Pat Lasaten, Agnes Rioma, Tony Munoz, Jam Villanueva, Andro Tepano, Kiefer Kabugao, Paulo Benjamin, Miguel Benjamin. Telepono, One Click Straight. For voices brought together with precision and artistry, Here are the nominees for Best Vocal Arrangement. Ikigai, Dionella. What If I Miss You for the Rest of My Life? J. Greg, Sergio Ramos. Emil De La Rosa, TJ Castillon, Luke Casanova. Kirk Basilio, Janine Berdin. Kailan Ka Uuwi? Juan Carlos, J. Greg. Sarangola, Poch Barreto. Pat Lasaten, Agnes Rioma, Jan Villanueva, Tony Munoz, Andro Defano, Kiefer Kabugao, Paulo Benjamin, Miguel Benjamin. Dahan, Joshua Rafael Buizon, Joshua Caleb Lua, Janessa Jeronimo, Jorik Canlas, Anton Rodriguez, Black and White, Shadiel Chan. For giving music a fresh sound and new perspective, here are the nominees for Best Remix Recording. Hat Maria Clara, Club Mix. Fio, Sabi Ko Na, Remix. Yang Bawal, Taling Dale, Theo Martel. Walang Pake, Remix. Theo Martel. Jumbo Hotdog, Budots Remix. DJ Love. Prisoner of the Mind, Analog Remix. Marco De Leon. For visual artistry that gives music an identity, here are the nominees for Best Cover Art. Not That Girl, Album. Martin Honasan. Langit Lupa, Eliandre Dagli, Dagli Films. The Mighty People, Happy Navarro, Aura, Four of Spades and Shira Luna. Simula at Wakas, Luis Duran, Iana Forbes, 1032 Labs. Color Coaster, the album. Francine Beatriz Amor, Michael Angelo Corpuz, Pauline Villegas. Lab Songs ng Mga Tanga, Helena Choi Nonato. For bringing music to life through powerful visual storytelling, here are the nominees for Best Music Video. Dungka, Curbs Balagtas. Aura, Ralyug. Dam, Alanchi. Diving, R+T, Twofold Media. Shelter of the Broken, Mary Liza Dino and Ice Sigera. Kahel na Langit, Ingrid Ignacio and Maki.
Filipino music has always found its way into every part of our lives. It tells our stories, gives life to film and theater, becomes part of childhood, and gives us reasons to celebrate, to hope, and sometimes simply to laugh. We sing in the languages that raised us. We create with artists from different parts of the world, and sometimes we don't need words at all. A melody can tell the whole story because Filipino music can take many forms, speak many languages, and cross many borders. But wherever it goes, it carries something unmistakably ours. This special recording awards recognize the range of places where Filipino music lives. From our own regions to audiences around the world, Filipino music continues to find people to speak to. Here are this year's nominees for the Special Recording Awards.
Celebrating music rooted in our regions and communities, here are the nominees for Best Regional Recording. Basin Puhon, Earl Agustin, Makananukang Luguran, Chocolate Factory, Ayaw Baya, Arthur Neri, Binibining Bicolana, Overheat featuring Ernest, DPTA, Pupa, Pawi, Mid Nasty. For the songs that bring us home to the sound of a Paskong Pinoy, here are the nominees for Best Christmas Recording. Season of Smiles 2025 edition, The Itchy Worms, Love, Joy, Hope, Various Artists, Every Christmas, Catriona Gray, Heartbroken Christmas, JR and Mika Javier. Sa Paskong ito, Legion of Mary Community Choir, Seasons Breeze, Tim Pavino. Celebrating music written for the stage and the stories it brings to life, here are the nominees for Best Musical Theater Recording. Celebrate Gerard Santos. Gregoria Lacambini, Original Cast. Gregoria Lacambini, Original Cast. Lost in Time, Ice Sigera.
we continue to the Special Recording Awards, celebrating music that finds its place in different moments of our lives. Music that inspires, brings joy, and connects with audiences across generations.
For music that gives stories on screen, here are the nominees for Best Original Soundtrack Recording. Ang Himala ay Nasa Puso, Juan Carlos. Suob from Meet, Greet, and Buy, Juan Carlos. Gregoria Lacambini, Original Cast Recording, Gregoria Lacambini, Original Cast Recording. Bagong Tadhana, Julian San Jose. Simoy, Rob Daniel. Babala, Jada. Hanapin ang Sarili, Morissette. Sandalan, from Manila's Finest, Piola Pascual. Celebrating music created by young voices and for young listeners. Here are the nominees for Best Recording by a Child or for Children. Dalangin, Kin Holmes. Coco Bom, Imogen. Pangarap Ko, Yas Estrera. To Be Close to Jesus, Young Voices of the Philippines. Ang Between, Sean Bernardes. Maabot Ko, Alexa Mendoza. Sisikat Bukas, MJ Alcano. For music that finds fresh and playful ways to entertain, here are the nominees for Best Novelty Recording. Badui, Wink, DJ Love featuring Pio Balbuena. Madapaka, Kim Molina. More Tawa, More Saya, Michael V, Manilyn Reynes. Bubay, Matt Lozano. Buboy Villar. Bonga, Venus Deluxe. Arizona B, Arizona Brandy. Bente, Moy V. Ortiz. Ikaw ang Universe ng Buhay Ko, Rob Daniel. For music that encourages, uplifts, and inspires, here are the nominees for Best Inspirational Recording. Nandyan Ka, Ay Sigera. Simula, Julian San Jose. Bless Our Darkness, Bukas Palad Music Ministry featuring Ai Guanyo, Ali Figueroa. You Are My Shepherd, Bukas Palad Music Ministry featuring Karil. Panghahawakan, Jason Marvin. Pwede Bang Mamaya, Angelica Ken. For music that tells its stories without words, here are the nominees for Best Instrumental Recording. Sidecar, Alvin Cornista. Talipanan Sunset, Alvin Cornista. The Awakening, KTB. Charity, Crown. Ash Valentine, Party Pace. Hindi Ako, Kundi Tayo, Jason Kitane. Celebrating Filipino music created across cultures and borders, here are the nominees for Best Global Collaboration Recording. Home, Jason Dacal, Oliver Cronin. Blink Twice, Beanie featuring Agnes Mo. The Moment, Lola Amor. Kokoro of Psychic Fever from Exile Tribe. Corriente, Ziv. Jolian. Without You, AJ Rafael. Troy Laurenta. Ego, JR. Supha, J. Chan, and Sen Peters.
There has never been just one sound of Filipino music, and perhaps that is what makes it ours. We write songs that are quiet and intimate, and songs meant to be played loud. We hold on to the music passed down to us while creating sounds no generation before us has heard. From ballads and pop to rock and metal, alternative and folk, hip-hop, jazz, R&B, and dance, electronic, and world music. Every genre gives Filipino artists a different way to tell their stories. Each one has its own voice, its own audience, its own community. But together, they tell a much bigger story. How rich, fearless, and ever-evolving Filipino music has become. Tonight, the Genre Awards celebrate that range and excellence across 10 distinct categories. Different sounds, different ways of telling our stories, all part of Filipino music. Here are this year's nominees for the Genre Awards.
For songs that move us through melody and emotion, here are the nominees for Best Ballad Recording. Ahon, December Avenue featuring Morissette. Time, SB19. What If I Miss You for the Rest of My Life? Janine Berdin. Ano Ba Talaga Tayo? The Ones featuring Janine Berdin. Nagmahal Lang Ako, KZ Tandingan. With You, Lola Amor. For songs that capture the sound of today, here are the nominees for Best Pop Recording. Dungka, SB19. Saranggola, Ben and Ben. Dam, SB19. Dahan, Over October. Langit Lupa, Diwata. Shaggy, Beanie. For music that explores a sound of its own, here are the nominees for Best Alternative Recording. Telepono, One Click Straight. Pag-ibig ay Kanibalismo 2, Fitter Karma. Untoxic, Janine Berdin. All You Wanna Do, Barbie Almalbis. Dahan, Over October. Kahel na Langit, Maki. Misbehave, Lola Amor. For music that keeps our stories and traditions alive, here are the nominees for Best Traditional or Contemporary Folk Recording. Malalim Ang Gabi, Project Yaz. Sumpa, Fitter Karma. Guni-Gunita, Natun. Hardin, Ila. Nosi Balasi, EJ Tiperio. Pwede Bang Mamaya, Angela Ken. Sayaw, Ila. Tahimik na Buhay Kapiling Ka, Amiel Sol. Tukso, Halina.
Filipino music continues to grow in every direction, shaped by artists who bring their own sound, perspective, and identity to the music they create. From familiar forms to evolving sounds, each genre adds another dimension to the story of music in the Philippines. We now continue with this year's Genre Awards.
For music driven by power and passion, here are the nominees for Best Rock or Metal Recording. Rupture, Typecast. MSK, Kwan. Biktima, Chico Sai. Boys Night Out, Willa Baliw. Grace, Fast Pitch. Ra Ra Ra, Dilaw. For music that brings cultures and traditions together, here are the nominees for Best World Music Recording. Hardin, Luna, Apollo, Alfredo Engay Jr., Love on Loop, Lola Amor, Titingin Tingin, City, Sounds of Splashing Stones, Hatus, The Mighty People, Hemp Republic, Linlang, Hemp Republic, Repri, The Ridleys. For music that moves us with every beat, here are the nominees for Best Dance or Electronic Recording. Dungka, SB19. La Loba, Enamori. Misbehave, Lola Amor. 8-Ton Ball, SB19. Moshpit, Novo Crane. Umaaligid, Sara Geronimo and SB19. Walang Kaba, Marina Summers.
The range of Filipino music continues. Across genres, our artists bring their own sound, style, and way of telling a story. We continue with this year's Genre Awards. For music that gives rhythm to stories and ideas, here are the nominees for Best Rap or Hip Hop Recording.
For music that gives rhythms to stories and ideas, here are the nominees for Best Rap or Hip Hop Recording. Ikigai, Dionella featuring Looney. Halimaw, Glock 9 featuring Abadon, Smugglers, Hero. Ambag, Glock 9 featuring Chakra. Kailan Ka Uuwi, Juan Carlos featuring Flo G. Take It to the Roof, Player 2 featuring Lola Amor. Anak Ka Ng Pu, Moro Beats. Man in the Mirror, Wayan. For music shaped by expression and improvisation, here are the nominees for Best Jazz Recording. Reto Na Naman, Zia Quizon. The Awakening, Kiss the Bride. Life at 29, Lian and Nara. Sidecar, Alvin Cornista. Let Our Love, Nicole Asensio. Solo Cal. Talipanan Sunset, Alvin Cornista. Yamot, Enwi, Project Yaz. For music that carries rhythm, soul, and emotion, here are the nominees for Best R&B Recording. Ikigai, Dianella featuring Looney. Ayaw Baya, Arthur Neri. Stand Up, Kyla, Baby Wag Mo Kong Ismolin. Medium Ako, Brass Pas 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 Pas. Katabi, Bini, Life at 29, Lian and Nara. Magic, Jason Dakal, Palayo sa Mundo. Julian, Arthur Neri, Para Pilitin Ka, Jika Marie, and Skasta Klee.
A song may begin with words and melody, but it truly comes alive when someone makes it their own. It's the performer who brings us into the song, who makes us feel something, and somehow makes the story feel like our own. Every singer brings something personal to a song, a point of view, a certain way of telling the story that only they can give. With the group, different voices and personalities come together to create a sound that belongs to them. And when artists collaborate, something new can happen. Different styles, different energies, different perspectives meet. And we get to hear something we might never hear from them on their own. That's what our performance awards celebrate. The artists who give our songs their voice, personality, and presence. Because a great song can stay on our playlist, but a great performance can stay with us. Here are this year's nominees for the Performance Awards.
For artists who make every performance their own, here are the nominees for Best Performance by a Solo Artist. What If I Miss You for the Rest of My Life? Janine Berdin, Kahel na Langit, Maki, Clue, Noel Cabangon, Nasusunog, Pants on Fire, Diwata, Healing, Someday I Might Fly, Rico Blanco, Nandito Ako, Rob Daniel, Sayo, JR. Celebrating the power of artists performing as one, here are the nominees for Best Performance by a Group. Damn, SB19, Pag-ibig ay Kanibalismo 2, Fitter Karma, Monster, Four of Spades, Saranggola, Ben and Ben, Shaggy, Beanie, Dahan, Over October, Telepono, One Click Straight. For artists who come together to create something memorable, here are the nominees for Best Collaboration. Umaaligid, Sara Geronimo, SB19. Telepono featuring Clara Benin, One Click Straight. Ikigai, Dianella featuring Looney. Ahon, December Avenue featuring Morissette. Kailan Ka Uuwi, Juan Carlos and Flo G. Pahinga, James Reid and TJ Monterde.
Minsan may isang tono na biglang pumasok sa isip natin. Minsan may isang linya na tumatatak. At minsan may isang kwento na gusto mo lang mailabas sa pamamagitan ng musika. Nagmumula sa mga simpleng tono, linya o kwento ang bawat awiting naririnig natin sa unang beses o sa mahabang panahon. At maraming mga tao ang tumutulong para mabuo ito. Nariyan ang mga songwriters na nagbibigay ng salita at himig, ang mga producers na tumutulong hanapin at buuin ang tamang tunog ng kanta. At meron ring mga new artists na dumarating na may sariling boses, kwento at musikang gusto nilang ibahagi. Sila ang bibigyang pugay ng susunod na Grand Award categories: Songwriter of the Year, Producer of the Year, at Best New Artist. Tatlong magkakaibang papel sa pagbuo at pagpapatuloy ng musikang Pilipino. Para sa mga sumusulat na mga kantang nagiging bahagi ng buhay natin, para sa mga humuhubog sa tono na nagbibigay buhay sa mga kanta, at para sa panibagong artist na nagsisimula ng gumawa ng sarili niyang marka sa OPM.
Celebrating the voices behind the songs, here are the nominees for Songwriter of the Year. John Paulo Nase, Joshua Daniel Nase, Blaster Silonga, Lola Amor, Daniel Siljan Benitez, Joao de Leon, Marlon Peroramas, Tim Dionella. Recognizing the vision behind the sound, here are the nominees for Producer of the Year: Brian Lotho, Four of Spades, Tim Dionella, Shadiel Chan, John Paulo Nase, Joshua Daniel Nase.
May mga awit na kahit minsan mo lang marinig, pero tumatatak sa'yo. Naaalala mo kung saan mo ito unang narinig at kung sino mga kasama mo. Kadalasan din, nare-relate mo ang isang awitin sa kung sino ka sa mga panahong yon at kung anong pinagdadaanan mo. Ganyan kalalim ang maaaring maging epekto ng musika sa buhay natin. At ngayon, ang unang kategorya sa Awit Awards ay ang Grand Awards na kumikilala sa tatlong magkakaibang aspeto ng kahusayan pagdating sa recorded music. Tatlong parangal, tatlong magkakaibang kahusayan at pagkilala, ngunit iisa ang pinagdiriwang natin: ang natatangi husay ng musikang Pilipino.
Celebrating the artists making their mark, here are the nominees for Best New Artist: Gab Cabangon, New Lore, Wink, Jamiela, It All Started in May, Nicole. For the songs that made their mark this year, here are the nominees for Song of the Year: Aura, Four of Spades, Pag-ibig ay Kanibalismo 2, Fitter Karma, Dungka, SB19, Kabisado, Four of Spades, Kahel na Langit, Maki, Ikigay, Dianella featuring Looney. For the recordings that brought music to life, here are the nominees for Record of the Year: Pag-ibig ay Kanibalismo 2, Fitter Karma, Dam, SB19, Saranggola, Ben and Ben, Konsensya, Four of Spades, Ikigay, Dianella featuring Looney, Monster, Four of Spades. For the albums that gave us music worth remembering, here are the nominees for Album of the Year: Silakbo, Cup of Joe, Andalusia, Four of Spades, Simula at Wakas, SB19, Color Coaster, Maki, Love on Loop, Lola Amor, Lab Songs ng Mga Tanga, Janine Berdin.
We have heard the names and seen the range of Filipino music today, across generations, genres, languages, and different parts of the country. But behind every nomination is a much bigger story. Every song begins with something worth saying, but bringing it to life takes many hands. Songwriters who give it words and melody, artists who give it a voice, producers who shape its sound, and an entire community working behind the music. Because a song may begin with one person, but it takes many to make it heard. To all our nominees, congratulations. And to everyone who continues to create, perform, produce, record, develop, protect, and champion Filipino music, thank you for giving this industry your work, your time, and your belief in what our music represents. We also recognize the people on other side of every song, the listeners who stream and buy the music, share it with others, attend shows, support artists, and continue to make OPM part of their lives. Filipino music continues because there are people who create it and people who choose to listen. This year marks the 39th Awit Awards, happening on September 15, 2026 in the Mall of Asia Arena. And next year, we reach our 40th. 4 decades representing generations of Filipino artists and music makers who have given us songs that become part of our culture, our memories, and our understanding of who we are. As we move towards this milestone, we honor where Philippine music has been, while continuing to make space for where our artists will take it next. Maraming pinanggalingan, maraming tinig, at maraming kwento ang bumubuo sa musikang Pilipino. And when all these come together, we hear something we all recognize as our own. Iisang awit. Mabuhay ang OPM, mabuhay ang musikang Pilipino.